4 months ago, the UK Civil Aviation Authority announced some big changes to the rules governing the flying of drones in the UK. Yesterday, they confirmed what changes they're making and have updated the drone code, which is their mix of law, regulations, guidance and good practice, to reflect what will be changing on the 1st of January 2026. Some of it is good, some of it is arguably bad. Some of it still leaves us in limbo for yet another 2 years, and despite their best efforts to streamline and clarify things, some of it just makes no sense at all. So here is a quick look at the changes that are coming in just 3 months' time. Hello, I'm Ian and I play with drones, and yes, big changes coming in that will directly affect some of the most popular models of drone in the UK, including some final clarity on the slightly overweight Mini 5 Pro, and also its way bigger brother and heavier brother, the Air 3S, which is going to be able to be flown in exactly the same place under the same rules as the smaller Mini series, but only for a bit before that's taken away in 2 years' time. So look, we're already kind of wading into a mess here. Before I do that, please give me a little thumbs up. You've got no idea what a pain it is wading through these regulations and trying to clarify them to make a video like this. And I do not want you hitting the thumb down just because you don't like what I'm about to tell you. Right, look, the CAA's website on drones and model aircraft has now been updated to reflect and advise us of all the new rules coming in. Be aware the downloadable PDF has not yet been updated, only the website. And even that is still being changed. Wording has been changed literally over the last 48 hours as well. I'll come back to that in a little bit. First off, let me start with the easy bits. No changes in any of the rules regarding height and distance that you can fly, FPV spotter rules, flying over crowds or near airports, all that unchanged. They do now clarify that a single residential house is not deemed a residential area and you need to stay at least 50 metres away from that when flying a larger drone. Also, the concept of a toy drone is now gone. Operator ID and flyer ID for any drone over 100 grams with a camera. Smaller drones between 100 grams and 250 grams, but with no camera, will only need a flyer ID. And that is a really good move, I think, because it's free and it teaches you the basics of flying. So yes, so far, so good. But now the big changes. First off, the new UK classification labels. They're coming in closely aligned to the European EASA C labels that the UK abandoned back in 2022. They're going to come into play in 2026, but how exactly they'll come into play is not fully clear. The CAA's website, as I said, is still changing its wording on that because initially it implied all new drones were going to need that class mark after the 1st of January 2026. Then they changed it to most drones must have a UK label. And as of now, website has changed yet again to basically say that any new models placed on the UK market after the 1st of January will need one. So I think what they're basically saying is existing stock in shops that don't have a UK mark can still be sold next year, but any new models that are developed and launched onto the UK market must have a UK label. This is important because it will directly affect the shelf life of existing drones that don't have the new UK mark. From the 1st of January 2026, all existing C0 and C1 label drones, as well as any new models sporting the new UK 0 or UK 1 label, will be able to be flown in what they class as A1 over people type flights. Now this sounds great because, put simply, from the 1st of January, you'll be able to fly any C1 label drone like the bigger Air 3S in exactly the same places and the way that you fly existing smaller mini drones at the moment. Because as long as they've got a C0 or a C1 label, the rules will apply. And that, of course, will wipe away any nonsense about the 2 grams being overweight on the Mini 5 Pro. But what's a shame is the sting in the tail, because yet again, we're being left in limbo, much like we have been for the last 5 years. Because this transition period of treating C labels the same as UK labels only lasts until the end of 2027, which means basically for all of 2026 and 2027, you can fly the Air 3S with its C1 label anywhere you'd fly a smaller Mini, but then suddenly on the stroke of midnight 2028, it becomes restricted to open countryside again, which is crazy because if it's safe on one day, why is it suddenly unsafe the next? Anyway, look, let's just go through the big changes in bullet point form. I think that's the easiest way just to keep things nice and easy for you. So look, as said, point 1, any new model coming onto the UK market on the 1st of January next year will need one of the new UK classification marks. Two, those UK marks will initially align to the existing EASA European C labels, but the CAA reserves the right to vary those requirements as they see fit. Three, the big one, from the 1st of Jan, any C0 or C1 or UK0 and UK1 drone can be flown in most areas, what they call, as I said, as A1 over people type flights. Bigger drones like the Air 3S can be flown as if they're a mini drone. Point four, larger models like the Mavic 4 Pro, which are over 900 grams, there the flyer's going to need to have the A2 CFC in order to get any benefit. They'll be able to fly them closer to people. If they're in slow mode, they'll be able to go to just a horizontal distance of 5 meters away. Point five, existing European C classifications will only be recognised until the 31st of December 2027. They've got a typo on their website here. It says 28. I'm sure it's a typo. It's 2027, 2 years. But after that date, any drone with a C mark but no UK mark will go back to having its restrictions based on weight, which will relegate models like the Air 3S back to open countryside. And lastly, point six, the best one. From the 1st of January 2026, any model drone with a UK 1, 2 or 3 mark will need to be broadcasting remote ID. But, and it is a big but, any model that has only got a C label will not need remote ID until January 2028. Now, this video is not about arguing the pros and cons of the new rules or remote ID. I want it to be as short as possible. So it's just about what changes are coming up. And I will do a longer video close to the changeover. But for now, I have to say I am disappointed. This was the chance we had to really clarify and simplify the drone rules. And whilst it's good, we're going to be able to fly bigger models like the Air 3S in more areas. It is a shame that they can be flown like a Mini for 2 years and then being relegated back to open countryside like all the other bigger drones. I just don't understand how they can give extra flying rights and then expect people to abide by the rules when they take those extra freedoms away overnight. Drone rules need to be simple and consistent if they expect the wider public to abide by them. And that's the issue we have at the moment. And sadly, I don't see these new rules clarifying anything. We're going to have further disparity with our own set of clarifications, and we still have the pain of a transition period for legacy drones. It just continues. And I do wonder if it will ever end, because one thing is clear, and that's the rules for flying drones in the UK just keep on changing every few years. And whilst they give you one bit, they take away with the other, and it's just infuriating. Anyway, steps off the soapbox. Let me know what you think. As I said, please don't hit the dislike button, because that's just going to tell YouTube you don't like my videos. But I am really interested to hear your thoughts on this. Is this good, or is this yet more limbo that we need to endure? Fundamentally, has the Air 3S now just got a 2-year shelf life? Either way, until next time, try and have fun. Happy flying.